now we're going to get ready to get into doing a lesson today entitled, Why There Is Still Breath in Your Body. You know, I had to attend a funeral this weekend and have one of our ministers. He did an excellent job in sending away his brother. And while he was ministering to the people, the Lord was ministering to me. And I saw the effects that the deceased had on people that were living. Amen. And it caused deep thought, a very solemn thought to come to my mind. And the Lord just showed me that we need to be mindful that while there's still breath in our body, there's hope. There is truth for you. There's deliverance. There's a lot of things we have to do while we're still in this body. We have to endure, y'all, before you hit the dirt. You have to make changes to the best of your ability before you hit the dirt. We have to seek to do better each and every day while there's still breath in our body. We have to confess to God while there's still breath in our body. We have to forgive while there's still breath in our body, y'all. Because the day is going to come, we're going to read. You can't do. The knowledge you have ain't going to follow you to the grave. It's what you're doing while you yet have breath in your body right now. We have to have mercy while there's still breath in our bodies. We have to love, and we have to fight the works of the flesh while we still have breath in our bodies. Now I have to my right, your left, the fruits of the Spirit. We're going to get there. But while you have yet breath in your body, love touches everyone, y'all. Amen. Wicked or righteous, love touches everyone. Joy affects everyone, y'all, whether they're in the Word or not. See, this is a message I want to bring. In regards to you in the Word and not, someone may need to hear this. Peace. Everybody loves peace, y'all. Yes. Peace. Patience. People that don't know the Word will admire your patience with them, even if they don't know a lick of script. And I'm going to show you how important these fruits are when we get there. But I'm going to walk down these accolades. Kindness. They affect everyone. Okay? Goodness. Even the wicked, the Lord said, how you have peace with your enemies. They will respect your goodness. Amen. Okay? Faithfulness. Faithfulness. Being dependable, loyal, full of trust. I knew a brother that I admired for his faithfulness, and I knew he wasn't even in the world. I was like, man, I want that kind of faithfulness, even though he wasn't in the world. Gentleness, which is humble, calm, non-threatening. People respect that. People, it's felt more so than it's said, y'all. That's across the board. From a little child all the way up to the elderly. Okay? Temperance, which is self-control. Okay? Which is behaving well, y'all. So while we still have breath in our body, but let's look at something though. I want to go and show you why it's so important to understand this breath that's in our body. Okay? So let's do that by going to Ecclesiastes 9:2. Ecclesiastes 9th chapter, 2nd verse. You know, a lot of brothers, I may vex. Brothers may have vexed me. You know, I forgive my elders, my brother. I want to show them love, forgiveness, mercy, endurance. We all have this opportunity while we still have breath in our what? Bodies. Amen. And we're going to find out in this lesson, being none of us has a receipt for the breath that we purchased, that we have. No one has purchased their breath, though. You don't own it. Your child don't own theirs, I don't own mine, and you don't own yours. Who owns the breath that's in your body right now? Who owns that? We're going to look at that. So let's look at Ecclesiastes 12th chapter. Sorry, yeah, Ecclesiastes. We're going to look at Ecclesiastes 9 and 2. Because no matter how much accolades you have, you could be the most intelligent brother, ever so eloquent speaking, you have achieved the highest degrees in being a professor. You may be the most sexually capable person on the planet to any woman you ever met. You may be the most darling child that most people have ever come across. But we're going to read something here that irregardless of from the seat of the highest power in the land to the brother or sister that's squabbling in the street right now for crumbs. Okay? This applies to us all. Ecclesiastes 9 and verse 2. Ecclesiastes 9 chapter verse 2.
All things come alike to all.
To some.
To all.
To a few. It said what?
Come alike to all.
Come alike to all. So you may have the superior intellect. Or you may be dumb as a box of rocks. You may be think you the holiest thing in your neighborhood. Or you may feel you the most wickedest thing anybody ever met. This includes every last one of us. No one is omitted from what we're finna read. Go ahead, read.
There is one event.
Two events.
There is one.
The book said there is one event, my brothers and sisters. One event. Go ahead.
There is one event to the righteous.
Yes, sir.
And to the wicked.
Yes, sir.
To the good.
Uh-huh.
And to the clean.
Uh-huh.
And to the unclean. To him that sacrifices and to him that sacrifices not, as is the good, so is the sinner.
Uh-huh.
And he that sweareth, as he that fears an oath.
Now who got left out? Anybody get left out? I mean, you may have someone you love because they're so good to you. You may have someone that you can't stand because they're so bad to you. Vice versa. Nobody's left out, y'all. While we still have breath in our bodies, this covers us, y'all. Notice, go ahead, verse 3.
This is the evil among all things that are done under the sun, that there is one event unto all. Yea, also the heart of the sons of men is full of evil, and madness is in their heart while they live, and after that they go to the dead.
Wait a minute now. While we get all this madness, because it is in us, yet also the hearts of the sons of men are full of evil, and madness is in their heart while they what? Live. None of us is exempt from this.
Amen.
While there's still breath in your body. Till what? After that, they go to the what? The dead, y'all. Let's go to Romans 5th chapter and verse 12. Why is this? This crosses New Testament. You could be a New Testament believer or you could be an Old Testament believer. Nobody got left out. You can feel that you're the highest, the epitome of how to teach the Bible to the most, you're smart as a box of rocks when it comes to the Bible. You could be sitting in the highest seat of the land. You could be a judge, executioner. That little baby that just got born yesterday just joined what we just read. The child that just came in the world right now. We're going to find out why there's still breath in our body. That's what he just came into. We're going to see something here. Chapter 5 and verse 12. Romans 5 and 12. Read.
Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world.
See, by one man, sin entered into the world. And that one man is Adam. We are all the children of Adam. I don't care what color you is. I don't care what side of the planet you is. I don't know if you call yourself, if you're a hermaphrodite, you claim to be a homosexual, you're a lesbian, gay. I'm touching every little thing on the planet. Because this touches everything on the planet. It's caused by one man's sin into the world. Go ahead.
And death by sin.
Yes, sir.
And so death passed upon all men.
Some men.
Passed upon all men.
It said what? All men. Enoch. All is inclusive, y'all. He breathed, he's dead. For what?
For that all have sinned.
Oh, so I know he did. Because all have sinned. That's why Jesus is called the Holy One of Israel. That's why he is called the Holy Seed. That's spoken of. He's that seed of a woman that was spoken of in Genesis. Because the Lord knew he had to send a holy seed to save us all. He had to send that holy seed. So now let's do ourselves a favor. Let's go to Genesis 2nd chapter and look at why death passed upon all men. Let's go to Genesis 2 and 7. Or rather, let's look at what makes all men alive. Let's do that. I'm sorry. Let's look at what makes all men alive. Every last one of us. From the baby that just came into the world right about now. The baby that just cried. This applied to him. So we go in Genesis 2 and verse 7. Read.
And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul.
Now notice, the book said, I didn't say this. The Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground. Now, just a quick note. Just in case you got somebody that got a problem with this, you ask them, after you take a shower, or after you go sit in the tub of water for 5 minutes, and you get out, and you see that ring of dirt, or ring of dust, okay? I want to tell them, turn around, because after you get out and you done did all the showering and soaping, you done soaped it up, get back in the tub an hour from there. And when you get ready to get out of that, you're going to see some more dust. Do it again. Shower every hour on the hour. And every time you get out of that water, guess what's going to be there? It's going to be a ring of what? Dust, dirt. Just in case you got somebody that's looking at this that's wondering, oh, well, you speaking spooky. No, we are of the dust of the ground, and it's proven every day. You can take a shower, or you sit in that bathtub of water, sit there for about a couple of minutes, and then you get out, you're going to be like, I thought I was clean. That's how I bear witness to the word is true. Therefore, the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and he breathed into his nostrils the breath of what? Life. Now, and man, notice it said, and man became a what? Living soul. So what was the soul before they had that breath in it? It was a dead soul. Now, do we see any purchase made here, y'all? Anybody? And he bought his breath. This applies to every last one of us, because no one has purchased the breath they own. They breathe, y'all. You don't have a receipt for it. You got a receipt. Most people got a receipt for most things they bought. But it's one thing on this planet that ain't nobody got a receipt for, and that's for the very breath that they have breathed between their last birthday and their next birthday. Where your receipt at for that? Where's that? Show me somebody that got a receipt for the air they breathe. Naturally breathe. That God-given breath that God just did right here when he put it into the nostrils of man, and man became what? A living soul. So let's go to Joel 12 chapter verse 9. While there's still breath in your body. We're going to read, our time is always, y'all. all I know is this could be my last lesson. This could be the last time you see this lesson. Why there is still breath in your body? Let's look at this. Job 12 and verse 9. Read.
Who knoweth not in all these that the hand of the Lord hath wrought this?
Wait, who knoweth not in all things that the hand of the Lord has wrought this, y'all? Who knoweth not this? Like I said, go get it, go sit in the tub, give yourself about 15, 20 minutes. After you don't get all soapy and everything washed up, and then get out. If you don't see no dirt, then go do it in there. Do it every hour if you can. Every time you come out, you go back at that tub, you'll be like, man, I got dirt in there. We ain't gonna know that, y'all. Watch this. Keep going. Verse 10.
In whose hand is the soul of every living thing, and the breath of all mankind.
Notice, in whose hand is the soul of some living things? No. It said, what? Every living thing. And the breath of what? Some of mankind? It said all mankind. So that baby that just came out right about now, if he got that breath, the Lord allowed him to come into mankind. Because you've heard the children born stillbirth, born they didn't breathe. The Lord he didn't give him the breath of all mankind. For whatever reason, the Lord did not allow that to happen. That child may have been alive in the mom. She was breathing for him. But once he broke the barrier, God was like, nope. He did not give him access to the breath of what? All mankind. So now let's do ourselves a favor. Let's go to Revelation 11 chapter and verse 7. Because what we're going to understand, y'all, when a saint died, it's almost like they went to sleep last night and they woke up. That's how it's going to be, just like that. But when a person that's wicked dies, and they did wickedness while they still have breath in their body, when they wake up, they're going to wake up as if they woke up and it's going to be like they're in another place. That's the difference between the saint and the sinner. Because while you are yet have breath in your body, you want to promulgate love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. We writing our obituaries, y'all. We need to consider this. While there is still breath in our bodies, y'all. While there's still breath. Revelation 11 chapter and verse 7. Now this is going to happen in the future because God said it. I read it. It said it. That settles it. I just hear people say that all the time. God said it, and that settles it. Okay? But look, Revelation 11. And we're going to start at verse 7 because these people, these prophets that God said going to die in the future. Watch what happened to them. We're going to notice something that's going to make them alive. They're going to die, and then we're going to watch what's going to make them alive. Because I'm trying to make sure we clearly understand both halves of this book, how it addresses why there's still breath in your body. This breath that Lord put in our nostrils that we have now. Until such time the Lord see fit to take it. So right here, we're going to see people two prophets of the Lord. Verse 7, read.
And when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascended out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them, and shall overcome them, and kill them. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city.
So they're going to have dead bodies that's going to be laying in the streets. Go ahead.
Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in grave.
Because the grave, those that are dead go to the grave, y'all. We put dead folks in graves, okay? That's why he said, "We suffer not their bodies to be put in graves." Go ahead.
And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them, and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another.
It's going to be a very wicked time when this happens, y'all, but that's another lesson. I do not want to change one iota of the tenor of this lesson. Go ahead.
Because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life.
Whoa, the spirit of what?
Life.
The spirit of life. When we read earlier, the breath of what? Life. This is the spirit that every last one of us has, but we never purchased it, y'all. We never stood up and asked God to give it to us. So who do it actually belong to? To God. And I almost think we're going to live a long, long, long time, y'all. We really do. Nobody wants to talk about death. It's not a very pleasant topic. It's not something that you really want to marinate on, because there's more, there's love to life. There's joy to life. There's peace. There's patience. There's kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, temperance, well-behavior. We want to focus on those things, not on the day when the spirit of life leaves us.
That's right.
But go ahead and finish it. Because the spirit of life.
The spirit of life from God entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Now look, I got to give this testimony because this happened to me. I'm telling y'all, I'm telling you what I know. Actually, this happened back in '97 for me. I had went jogging early in the morning in Chicago. And I come home, I took a shower. This is in August. This is Friday morning. I went and laid down in my basement to cool out and chill out. Literally go to sleep because I was tired. This was like maybe 8 o'clock in the morning. Went and laid down, y'all. Literally like I was going to sleep like last night. I laid down and then I woke up. That's how I felt. Literally. That's it. I ain't had nothing else, I can't say nothing else, y'all, but that's literally how I felt. I went and laid down. But guess what? When I woke up, it was Sunday night that I woke up in the hospital. Sunday night. And when I woke up in a different, I just recognized, I just woke up like I am full strength. And I'm like, first of all, I'm laying down in a gown. It shocked me. That was what's so surprising. And then I'm looking like Sunday Night Heat, because I used to look at WWE, at that time it's called WWF, I think. I'm like, Sunday Night Heat, wait a minute, I just laid down, it was Friday morning, because I was getting up, handle my business so I could be ready for the Sabbath day. But I laid down, just like I went to bed last night, and I woke up like I did this morning, but when I woke up then, it was Sunday night, y'all. And we're going to understand why you yet have breath in your life. You don't know when it's going to go. It's just that. Just like that. It can happen to you just like that. And you wake up, but did you promulgate love, joy, peace? These are the things that are very, very important, y'all. That transcends knowledge, understanding.
That's right.
It really does. You know, my wife or something had compassion on her sister on her job. But the love my wife showed that sister, I bet she ain't gonna forget that. I bet you she ain't gonna forget that. And she ain't showed probably ain't showed her one script. But what if that sister died? Did she remember that love that my wife imparted to her? I was in a situation the other day, brother was saying, man, there's something about you, brother. I ain't spoke one script. Because as servants of God, we want these things to flourish, and we want to make those our priorities, y'all. We want to give these things to everyone that is living, and we're going to see that is what it's to be God-like.
Amen.
We're going to find out that really is the case. Now, let's go to Genesis, the 6th chapter, right quick. Genesis 6 and 17. And see what it takes to take away life. I want to lay this real basic, because you have some people that may be new, you don't even read no Bible. But you just want them to hear this so they at least have a concept of what they can do while they still have breath in their body.
Amen.
I'm like, man, Lord, I got to speak this today. And I thank my brother Ladre for doing excellent, beautiful lesson, sending his brother off. Very powerful, very impactful. Very. It got me up here doing this. So right here, Genesis, the 6 and verse 17. Genesis, make sure I get Genesis 6th chapter and verse 17. Watch this, y'all. Because the Lord was bringing the flood back in the days of Noah. And watch this, y'all. Watch what it took when God get ready to destroy all life, except for Noah and his family. That's a whole nother lesson. But I'm going here for a specific reason. Go ahead.
And behold, I, even I, do bring a flood of waters upon the earth, to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life.
So the soul is flesh, and wherein is the breath of what? Life. So my flesh, while it was laying there, the breath of life hadn't left it, y'all. I was totally unconscious, wiped out. But the spirit of life, or the breath of life, had not left me. Now, my brother came and rescued me, and when he got me to the hospital, there's a story in between that. The doctor, he told me that the doctor said, man, your brother had about another hour, or he was out of here. I would have never knew it. Because like I said, it was like I went to bed last night, and I woke up, I'm like, okay, I'm getting ready to, hey, wait, Sunday night, wait a minute, I missed the Sabbath day. That's exactly how I felt. I was like, how I missed the Sabbath? And then I looked up, everybody looked up, I'm like, whatever, y'all. Hey, dude, you was about an hour away. That's what my brother let me know. You was about an hour away, Joe. Anyway, because in all flesh is the breath of life. Go ahead. Finish that.
From under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die.
Yes, sir. Now let's go to the 7th chapter and verse 15. This is what's in us, y'all. Good or bad, smart or dumb, the highest achievement, professionalism. You are the professor. You are the rock star. You got millions and millions of dollars. You got millions and millions of fans. All the way down to the one that just got kicked out last night. To the brother that's out there groveling in the mud under the L station. All of us, y'all. No matter how much money you got or you don't get, this apply to us. I just say us. So read that 7 and 7 and 15. Read.
And they went unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life.
See, again, this book repeatedly tells us, y'all, because the breath of life is the spirit of life. That's another form of the Holy Ghost. Because soon as that spirit gets contaminated, you die. That's another form of the Holy Spirit, the breath of life. And all of us got this. Trying to take somebody suffocate, or we're going to some poison gas. You corrupting that spirit. And then without that spirit being holy, you what? You die. So everybody, good or bad, rich or poor, wicked, righteous, we all got this form of the Holy Spirit. That's why again it says, in all flesh, wherein is the breath of life, and the New Testament called the spirit of life. And it must be holy, y'all. Okay? Try to breathe the cyanide. Try inhaling the arsenic. Okay? You will die. Hence, that spirit in your nostril, it must be what? Holy and pure. Amen. See, a lot of people don't understand the meaning forms of the Holy Ghost. We're going to learn something on the way to learning something. Just to let you know, we all got this form of the Spirit. Okay? So now, skip down to verse 21. Go ahead.
And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl, and of cattle, and of beasts, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth,
Uh-huh.
and every man,
Uh-huh.
all in whose nostrils was the breath of life.
Oh, and all whose nostrils. So the dog that you get, your pets, the mice and the rats and the pig and the camels and the chimpanzees, go to the zoo. We all breathe in, and all whose nostrils is the breath of what? Life. Go ahead.
Of all that was in the dry land died.
See, because without that breath of life, what we just read, all that was in the dry land had died. Okay, so now let's do ourselves a favor. Let's go to Psalms 146 and 1. I'll try to keep it very basic and simple, yet profound, because while there is still breath in your body, don't love feel good? You know what I'm saying? Don't joy feel good? Joy brings us together. Love brings us together. Peace, patience. These things promulgate and affect everyone, regardless of whatever walk they in. Whatever walk they in, y'all. But right here, look what it says. Psalms 146 and verse 1. Psalms 146 and verse 1. Read.
Verse 1.
Psalms 146 and verse 1.
Praise ye the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Uh-huh.
O my soul.
Uh-huh.
While I live.
Whoa, while what?
While I live.
While I live. While there's still breath in your body. In our body, y'all. While I live, go ahead.
Will I praise the Lord?
Yes, sir.
I will sing praises unto my God while I have any being.
While you have any what? Being. That means you're present. You're present. You're here to love. Spread joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness. You're here to do these things. Because these are the things that you would like done unto you. Nobody likes to argue, continue, scream, and holler, and shout, and fuss, and fight. Not really. At heart, not really. But there's a reason why, which is a whole nother lesson. That is so. But I want to go now to Romans 14 chapter. Because while we living, guess who we live to, y'all? Let's go to Romans 14 and 7. Because God is the one that gave us the breath that we have that's in our body right now. Go ahead. Romans 14 and 7.
For none of us liveth to himself.
So none of us liveth to what? Himself. None of us. The little baby makes everyone else happy that they're here. The elderly person has affected a lot of people, not just themselves and everybody in between. You affect others while you yet have breath in your body. Think about that. Go ahead.
And no man dieth to himself.
See, you don't die. It said, and no man died to himself. You affect people because you have about love and joy and peace and patience, kindness, goodness, whether it be good or bad. I saw these people come out to the brother casket. I'm like, wow. He probably didn't realize the effect that the love he had, or the joy he brought, or the kindness he showed, or the goodness he had, or the gentleness, or the self-control, how he affected so many people, y'all. And this is all of us. When the Lord lay me down, the Lord lay you down, you're not going to see everybody that your love affected now, but when that happens, that's what you want. You want all manner of people coming. Ones that ain't even in the book. Some in the book. People that knew, you affect everyone with this. That's why he said we die, and we don't die unto ourselves. Go ahead. Verse 8.
For whether we live, we live unto the Lord.
No, he said, for whether we live to who? Unto the Lord, y'all. Now watch this. Go ahead.
And whether we die, We die unto the Lord. Whether we live, therefore, or die, we are the Lord's.
Now look, this breath that God has given all of us that is yet in our body, who gave it to us? The Lord. So each and every soul that's in the sound of my voice, we belong to the Lord, y'all. We are breathing His breath of life that He's put in us. And we are held accountable for what? Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, long-suffering. God, that affects everyone. We're going to show you, and when you do that, that is a form of perfection that the Lord actually asks us to do. We're going to read it. But I'm going to keep it moving. Let's go to Psalms 90 and 9. Now, how long do we have to live? We're going to read how long the Lord has biblically put it. Now, some of us, we see those that have been cut short of this. So we're going to go to Psalms 90 and verse 9. Some, I've seen on Facebook, sister lived to be 100 years old, 115 years old, by reason of strength. But the book does tell us the amount of time the Lord has given us and how our days are, y'all. Watch this. We're going to start at Psalms 90 and verse 9. Psalms 90 and verse 9. Read.
For all our days are passed away in thy wrath. We spend our years as a tale that is told.
Look, I remember back when I was 10 years old, almost like, it felt like that was like 2 months ago. I remember back, it felt like I was in high school maybe a week ago. It's like a tale that's told. We can see time flying. So while there's still breath in our body, don't we want to love, y'all? Joy. Everyone is happy when there's joy. These are the things, y'all. I'll keep emphasizing because these are the things that touch and go beyond, and we're going to see why we have to go and touch beyond just those of us that believe in the Word, but even those that don't believe in the Word. Your love affects them.
That's right.
And it's so important to understand that. Because the public is the ones that's about, oh, brother, I ain't going to talk to him, he's wicked. No, dude. That's charity. We're going to read that. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. But that's charity. When you give to the wicked that which they don't deserve, and you know that, right, that is charity.
That's right.
See, charity ain't just sitting up there just throwing dollars out there, because you see all these people broke. Hey, give them a quarter. No. Charity is rendering that which is valuable to someone that is less fortunate to you. They may not even ask for it, but you render an ear sometimes, maybe a word, maybe a comfort, maybe they need just maybe a shirt on their back, a coat. I given them my coat, okay? Even though I needed my coat, I was like, no, I think that brother's more needy than I am. That's a form of charity, y'all. Charity coming in prayer, we're going to look at it. But no, it says, our years are a tale that is told. Go ahead.
The days of our years are threescore years and 10.
Now that's 70, because 60 is 60 plus 10. So 70 years. He said the days of our years are 60 years and 10. Go ahead.
And then by reason of strength, they be 80 years. Yet is their strength labor and sorrow, for it is soon cut off, and we fly away.
Notice, he says, and if by reason of what? Strength. Now how you took care of your body, or how I took care of my body, determines how much of that 80 years we get. And if you really take care of your body, thank you, honey, she always want me to eat healthy. Oh boy, no. Anyway, how we really take care of our body determines how we go beyond that. That's why you very seldom see people at 110. I think the world record is 115. Nevertheless, this is the case of all men. For it is soon cut off, and we fly, what? Away. We depart from the land of the living. And when we fly away, it's to the dead. And we're going to show you that is the grave. Okay? So look, let's do ourselves a favor. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 3:18. Ecclesiastes 3:18. That's why, you know, you got art with people, you get an argument, let it go. Just, you know, exercise peace.
Yes.
You know, hey brother, you know, I got a problem with you, but you know what? I'm gonna be peaceable. I'm gonna show you love. You know, we got conflict, I'm gonna show you love. Because that's what I want to be remembered. And he will be affected by that. He will be affected by that more so than you arguing to continue. Are you doing to driving people away when you want to continue to argue about a point that you know you don't agree on?
That's right.
So that's losing self-control. It's not exercising temperance. But we want to do this, y'all. Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 18. Watch this, y'all. 3 and verse 18. Read.
I said in mine heart, concerning the estate of the sons of men, that God might manifest them, and that they might see that they themselves are beasts.
Hey, that we are beasts. Remember, we all got the same breath. We all bring wherein is the breath of life. The amounts of breathing the same air you breathe. Okay? Go ahead.
For that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth beasts.
Yes, sir.
Even one thing befalleth them.
Two things.
Even one thing.
It said one thing. One thing, y'all, that befalleth them. Go ahead.
As the one dieth,
yes, sir,
so dieth the other.
Have you ever seen a dog when he got ran over and he just go over and fall in the street and he just lay there? And then you come back a week later and he's still there. And he starts to deteriorate. You ever seen animals their carcass may be laying over the grass, and maybe you drove by, maybe you walked by, whatever. It stank for a couple of days, and after a while, if he's still there, after a while you start thinking, what's happening to him? They deteriorate. So the way you see what happened to that beast, that's what happens to us. We have no preeminence above the beast, y'all. Go ahead.
Yeah, they have all one breath.
Two breaths.
They all have one breath.
The book said one breath. Go ahead.
So that a man have no preeminence above a beast. For all is vanity.
Now go ahead.
All go into one place.
Well, the book said all go into one place, because he formed us what? Go ahead.
All are of the dust.
Some of us is from the dust.
All.
It said all are of the dust. Go ahead.
All are of the dust, and all turn to dust again.
Go ahead, try showering up today. Every hour on the hour. Try it. You're going to get dirt off you. Rip. The book is true, y'all. Go ahead.
Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth. Wherefore I perceive that there is nothing better than that a man should rejoice in his own work.
Yes, sir.
For that is his portion. For all shall bring him to see what shall be after him.
It said, for who?
For who shall bring him to see what shall be after him?
See, look, we are to rejoice in our own work. So if we rejoice in love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, and goodness, and faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control, when the breath that's in your body leaves, there's a lot of people going to show up at your spot. It's going to be packed. Whether they're in book or out of the book. Whether they're righteous or whether they were wicked. Because it says, wherefore I perceive there's nothing better than that a man should rejoice in his own works, for that is his portion. For who shall bring him to see what shall be after him? Because they ain't nowhere. We read they go to the dead. They didn't say they go to heaven, but they go to hell. They go to the grave where we go and lay our loved ones at, y'all. That's where it is at. That's where they at. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 12 chapter. Ecclesiastes 12 and 12 and 5. I'm sorry, 12 and 7. We'll go right to it. Ecclesiastes 12 chapter and verse 7. Because when it's all over, y'all, watch this. Verse 7.
Then shall the dust return to the earth
yes,
as it was.
Who's this dust, y'all? I mean, I'm looking at you now. You don't look like dust to me. My wife don't look like dust to me. My kids don't look like dust. My sons don't look like dust. I don't look like dust, but that's what we are. And it says, then shall the dust return to the earth as it what? Was. Go ahead.
And the spirit shall return unto God who gave it.
Wait a minute, so this is breath of life? This is the spirit that God's given us? While there is yet breath, or I could have simply said, while there's yet spirit in your what? Body. It's going back to dirt, and God going to take back what he owns. That's why we don't live or die to ourselves, but to the Lord, because he owns the breath that I breathe right now. And where did we see that for your breath? Her breath, your baby's breath, your mother's breath. Ain't nobody got no receipt for that, y'all. You got proof you bought your car. You got proof you own your house, or you bought your house. You got a receipt for food you buy at the store. Everything around you, you have proof that you got it if you own it. If it's yours, but this breath that we got, you ain't got no proof that you own it. That's why you want to be about love and joy, and patience and kindness and goodness and faithfulness and gentleness and self-control. Because these are the things that you want. Because it said, who's going to show them, we read earlier, who's going to show them what should be after them? These are the things the Lord going to be looking for when we in the grave, y'all. We're going to read that. We're going to read that. So now let's do ourselves a favor. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 9th chapter. Job. Job. Y'all want to go to Job 21. Job 21 and 22. Job 21 and 22. Because I know, in life, we're all caught up in, we have our various mannerisms that we go about, our various professions, our various likes and dislikes, our various attitudes and characteristics and mannerisms, our various accolades that we're praised for, our various achievements, all of these things, y'all. Some of us, we still looking to do better, some have gotten worse, all mannerisms of life, y'all. But this one thing we're going to be right here, watch it, y'all. 21 and verse 22. Go ahead.
Shall any teach God knowledge?
Who going to teach God knowledge, y'all? Shall any teach God knowledge? Where you at? I want to see the man that think he going to teach God knowledge. That's what I said. Shall any teach God knowledge? Go ahead.
Seeing he judges those that are high. One dieth in his full strength, being wholly at ease and quiet.
Now look, one dies in his full strength, being what? Wholly at ease and quiet. I mean, he got all his ducks in his row. He got all his insurance policies. He got all the retirement funds. He living a good life. And it says, go ahead, verse 24.
His breasts are full of milk.
Yes, sir.
And his bones are moistened with marrow.
He lives a good life. He got all the nice oils. He's all lotioned up. He's at ease. He's, hey, I've got a good life. I've lived and I've done all the things required. Everyone praises me. Everyone loves me. Go to the next one.
And another dieth in the bitterness of his soul.
Oh, wait a minute now. This one right here, another, he died in the bitterness of his soul. Who do you think that is? You could probably think of the worst person, or, you see somebody, man, how they live. It's just bitterness. See, I went from the highest you can be to the lowest, or rather, are we reading that? Go ahead.
And never eaten with pleasure.
He never eaten with pleasure. I never forget, I saw this Simpsons, the Simpsons show where there's this guy, everything he got in his life, he got the hard way. I mean, literally. He had to drop out of school because he had to go to work because his mama had got divorced and daddy got shot. It was ridiculously how this guy, every little step of his life, everything, even when he got his GED because he couldn't go to high school. As soon as he got that piece of paper, this crow had came and tried to snatch it out. So he's trying to every little thing, man. I was like, wow. And then he walks into Homer Simpson's house And y'all know how homosexual is. And he like, dude, every little thing I got, I earned it the hard way. And you sitting up here, you know, y'all know how homosexual he is. That was a box. He's crazy. Look at you. You got a beautiful house and a family. Your children, your wife, your daughter, kid, your car, your home. Well, how did you get all this? But you know how sad. Oh man, it was like, it was a heck of a paradox, y'all. And this is pretty much what we want through right here. Okay? He said, you got a beautiful daughter. You know how people praise your children. Oh, you got wonderful children. Then you got some people, they don't want their job. Okay? They're like, man, I'm sorry I had that one. You know, so you get the whole paradox or the whole plethora of life laying right before us. But watch what verse 26 says.
They shall lie down alike in the dust.
Yes, sir.
And the worms shall cover them.
See, I want to go over this over and over again because the ministers that stand before us, I said all of us, I'm putting myself in the same box, no different. If we are truly about God, I don't care what church you're in, whatever, what I've been bringing repeatedly comes from the one that gave us the breath that we don't own. So it is our responsibility to understand that we're going to lie down alike in the what? Dust. And what's going to eat on the cover us? The worms, y'all. So think of the most beautiful girl you ever seen in your life, or the most handsomest guy you ever seen in your life, the most darling child, to the most beautiful baby, to the richest guy, to the one that you like, dude, you died. Son, you died. No. The worm's gonna cover us all irregardless, y'all. So while we still have breath in our bodies, how do you feel about love? Think about it. How do you feel about joy? Consider it. Peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control, y'all. You don't have to go off on everybody all the time. Because you're going to get hit with worms just like he's going to get hit with worms. It's all, like it said, they shall lie down alike in the dust, and the worms shall cover them. All the way from the big time false prophet that's getting thousands and thousands and millions of dollars to a guy and man just want to read the book. I just learned the Bible. I want to learn the Bible to that guy. This applies to us all. And we want to have these fruits, y'all. Where we go. While there's still breath in our what? Bodies, y'all. So now let's go to Ecclesiastes, talk Job 9th chapter and verse 4. Job 9 and 4. That's why I forgive my elder brother that spoke against me. I've heard it. I forgive him. I'm like, we're gonna get the worms the same way, man. You got worms coming like I got worms coming, okay? You said what you said. I read what I read, and I said what I said. And you said, hey, I forgive you, bro. It is. There it is. Ecclesiastes 9 and verse 4. It hurt me when that word got back to me, what was said, you know. But I was like, you know what? Let me exercise self-control. Let me forgive. We're going to show you how important it is. While there's still yet breath in our bodies to forgive, let it go.
Yes.
We can read where it says, let not anger. He said, be angry, but sin not.
That's right.
Okay, I ain't saying y'all let everybody run roughshod over you. Of course not. But we that love, that have joy, peace, patience, and kindness, gentleness, and faith. We're going to look at some of the other fruits. Because if you look at fruits, they're very colorful, y'all. I'm going to put this up one now. They're very colorful. They add color to life. And this is how you ought to be to people in their life. Add color to their life. You know, the different colors, you know, hey, everybody, so that it's all fullness. You have the fullness of life. And you know, fruit tastes good. I'm a watermelon born, a watermelon gone. Apple. Now look, I love watermelons. You know, pineapples, but my brother told me, man, you need pineapples. I'm like, okay. I like bananas. So everybody got these various fruits that we like. Same way with these fruits of the Spirit. We all have our particular favorites. Okay? Nevertheless, you want to gender these while there is still breath in your what? Body. You want to gender these things. You want to promote these things. Chapter 9 and verse 4. Watch this. Go ahead.
He is wise in heart and mighty in strength, who hath hardened himself against him, and hath prospered, which removeth the mountains, and they know not, which overturneth them in his anger. Which spaketh.
Now notice he said, he is wise in heart. This is my God, and mighty in strength. Who hath hardened himself against him and has prospered? Go ahead.
Which shaketh the earth out of her place, and the pillars thereof tremble. Which commandeth the sun, and it riseth not, and sealeth up the stars. Which alone spreadeth out the heavens, and treadeth upon the waves of the sea.
Now look, let's skip down to verse 11.
Lo, he goeth by me, and I see him not. He passeth on, but I perceive not. Behold, he taketh away. Who can hinder him? Who will say unto him, who doest thou? If God will not withdraw his anger, the proud helpers do stoop under him. How much less shall I answer him, and choose out my words to reason with him?
See, we can't teach God knowledge, y'all. We have to accept while there's still breath in our bodies what God says. Because like I said, ain't nobody got a receipt for the birthday breathe up to their last birthday. You ain't got no receipt for that. I don't either. Because somebody please find a receipt for me, please. No. Anyway, because these things are so important, y'all, to understand why there's yet breath in our bodies. Now let's go to St. John. I'm sorry, Ecclesiastes. Let's go back to Ecclesiastes 9 and 4. I'm going to go Ecclesiastes 9th chapter, verse 4. Ecclesiastes 9 and 4. Read.
For to him that is joined to all the living there is hope.
Look, for him that is joined to all the living there is hope. Even you homosexual, gay, just if you're living, there is what? Hope. I'm addressing everybody. I don't want to leave nobody out. Because it says, for him that is joined to all the living, there is hope. So that I don't leave nobody out, neither will I. For what?
For a living dog is better than a dead lion.
And I have seen someone that was once gay demonstrate, they repented and turned back to what the Lord had brought them out their mama's womb. But it is possible. But notice it says, for a living dog is better than a what? Dead lion. Go ahead.
For the living know that they shall die.
See, we don't like to think about that. We do not like to marinate on that. You know, we could dwell on that for about 5 seconds in the quietness of your mind, and tears would come. When you start thinking about the love and the joy that you're leaving, and the peace that you're leaving, and the patience and the kindness, you don't want to leave that. We really don't. Keep going.
But the dead know not anything, neither have they any more a reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. Also their love and their hatred.
Stop. Because we know it's coming one day. But it said, but their love, one day you ain't gonna be able to do that. That joy, the one you love, give them that love.
Amen.
That joy, if you can render joy, render that.
Yes.
Peace. We can read as much as lies peacefully within you.
Yes.
Do that. You ain't got to agree on every little thing. Me and my brother don't agree on every little thing. I'm talking about my spiritual brother as well as my physical brother. But I love him. I want to give him joy. I want peace. Man, I know you on blah, blah, blah. I get it. Got it right to that check. But come here, I love you. I even told my spiritual brother, man, you come out and hang out on my refrigerator. That's how much I love you, like that. Like, look, you the brother that never came home. I'm gonna tell mom on you. Okay? And I got some brothers that's like that, man. I'm crazy about it. I want peace. We all want peace. Patience. Kindness. You know, I'm with somebody, I ain't trying to come off rough. Goodness. Faithfulness. Because, notice what it says. For the memory of them is forgotten. Because they don't have any more reward in the land of the living, y'all. It's all in God's hands. Because look what it says. Also their love.
In their hatred.
And their hatred. So the problem, dude. Go ahead.
And their envy.
Yes, sir.
Is now perished.
Look, that negative stuff gonna perish, man. You don't want to leave that in the hearts of the brothers you can reach out and touch. You want to lead them. You don't want to lead them with hatred.
That's right. That's right.
You want to go to the dead with this hatred and this envy. That's why I brother come up to him all the time. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, I know we didn't have a good talk last time, but what's up with you, bro? Peace out. If it was right here, I'd be like, hey, give him a hug, man. I mean, you know, because I don't want to leave him thinking I envy him or I got hatred toward him. He said, because that'll perish. Go ahead.
Neither have they any more a portion forever in anything that is done under the sun. Go thy way, eat thy bread with joy.
Eat that bread with what?
With joy.
With joy. Man, whatever you're doing, man, if you know, because eating your bread, you making your living, you getting your dollars on how you want to, but do it with joy, man. Find joy in the things you do. While there's still breath in your body. Go thy way, eat thy bread with joy. Go ahead.
And drink thy wine with a merry heart.
See, that's joy, that's patience, kindness, goodness. Go ahead.
For God now accepted thy works.
Later he accepted your works. He said what?
And that God.
And for God
now accepted thy works.
Now he accepts your works.
Amen.
So if you have an agenda in love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control, you can change that.
Yes, sir.
Right now. My brother, you on Islam, okay, I feel you can change it, man. You can get on book. My sister, you homosexual, okay. We even got people we speak to that's an alternative lifestyle because we want to promote these things and let them know that we are being godlike. Because he let the rain fall on what? The good and the what? Evil. The good and the bad. Those that are saints as well as sinners, y'all. He allows this. Because now is our works accepted. Go ahead.
Let thy garments be always white.
See, in this application, y'all, let it always be white. Man, you trying to be genuine, man. Try to keep it real. You know, white meaning pure. Okay, represent purity or genuineness. There's no spots on it. There's nothing to destroy anything, y'all. Go ahead.
And let thy head lack no ointment.
And don't be dry. Okay? That's what he said. Let thy head lack no ointment. Go ahead.
Live joyfully with the wife whom thou lovest all the days of the life.
Yes, sir.
Thy vanity.
See, it's a vanity, y'all, because while you yet have breath in your body, this love, that patience that you're going to show her, she showed you, this is for all the days of your life. You know, brothers that's single, sisters that's single, you're looking for someone to share these attributes, this love, this joy, this peace, this patience, this kindness, this goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, self and temperance with. This is the fruits of life, y'all. This is the things that help us understand or can accept losing someone at the time that the Lord take them. Whatever that may be, go ahead.
Which he hath given thee under the sun.
Which what?
Which he hath given.
God has given us these things. That's why you can't complain. Don't complain, man. Look. No, we had to sit back and almost like to complain about something. But the things that God has given you, that which God has given you, be grateful, be thankful, be humble about it, be in self-control, be faithful to it, show goodness toward that thing, patience, peace, joy, love, whatever it may be. Show these things. Go ahead.
Which he hath given thee under the sun.
Yes, sir.
All the days of thy vanity.
Uh-huh.
For that is thy portion in this life.
For that is thy portion in this what? Life. While you still have breath in your body. The spirit of life. Go ahead.
And in thy labor which thou takest under the sun.
Verse 10. Start at verse 10.
Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do it with thy mouth.
See, whatever your hand find it to do it with thy might. Go ahead.
For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest.
Oh, wait a minute. So whatsoever you find, he said, there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge. So all this knowledge we got, brothers. I mean, all of us that's Bible Christians, man. Come on. The ones that ain't even got knowledge. The carnal knowledge, all the intellects, all the superior orators that's better than me, all your professors, the highest cream in the crop of the valedictorian class that's getting ready to graduate.
Amen.
Think about it. All this stuff is going, it's not going to be in the grave with you. It said, because you go to the grave. Because there's no knowledge, no wisdom. Where? In the grave. So while you are yet have breath in your body, you want to execute knowledge and wisdom and the devices and you want to do the work, all that God has given you while you still have time. Go ahead.
I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happening to them all.
See, time and chance, it can happen. This could be your very last, or my very last lesson this week. You might not make it to the next Sabbath. You might not make it to your job tomorrow. It could be an accident tonight. But chance, it said, but time and chance happen to what? Them all. Go ahead.
For man also knoweth not his time.
See, we don't know our time, y'all. We really don't.
As the fishes that are taken in the evil net.
Yes, sir.
And as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time. When it falls suddenly upon them.
When it falls suddenly upon them. Just like when I mean, that happened to me back in August of 1997. And believe you me, well, I wasn't thinking nothing about death. My whole agenda for that day was, okay, I just got through running 3 miles. What I'm going to do, I'm going to lay down and give me a little nap, get ready for the Sabbath, because it was a day of preparation, and I'm going to class. That was my whole agenda. Now, I want everyone to think about whatever you think about doing now. You know, you got your plans. You know, you got people that are excellent planners. Hey, we're going to so on, so on, so-and-so tomorrow, and I planned it. All these plans, y'all, but guess what? We know it's not our time.
Amen.
And when it falls suddenly upon them, out the blue. I wouldn't even think about that. We don't even want to know. We don't just read. For the living know not that the living know that they shall die. We throw that out the window. We didn't even think about that. We got life insurance policies, and we got, we plan on going to work tomorrow on Monday, on Monday. We try to get our dollars. We thinking about all of those things. Now realizing that man knoweth not his time. And Jesus said this. Let's go to John 7:6. Because Jesus was the only one that knew his time. He knew he had to die on the Passover once he was 3.5 years into his ministry, because he was coming to fulfill the law. He had to stick to the plan. That's why he made this statement right here. St. John. St. John 7:6. St. John 7 chapter verse 6.
Then Jesus said unto them, my time is not yet come.
Oh, no, she said, Jesus said to my time is not yet what? Come. Go ahead.
But your time is always ready.
Oh, he said, but your time is always what? Ready. What you want to be ready with? Don't you want to be ready with love? Joy, peace, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. You want to be ready with that. My brother lost his son at an early age. I was able to lose my child at an early age. So all of us, it's incumbent upon all of us, myself, I'm not excluding me, no way, shape, form, or fashion, to be about to exercise these things as much as possible with you. Because you never know, especially where our young people be dropping and getting killed. You don't know. But he said, but your time is always, and then he said, ready. Right there the Lord said ready. Because you want to be ready with love. You could disagree with a brother in love. You can show correction with peace, peaceably. You could have used self-control and not ministering punishment that should have been ministered. You could show mercy. We're going to show you that's very, very important. Because our time is always ready, y'all. And we know it not the time. We know it not. So now look, let's go to St. John 5th chapter. St. John 5 and verse 28. Thank you very much for that. St. John 5 and 28. Watch this, y'all. It said, in the grave whither thou goest. We read that, didn't we? Verse 28. Read.
Marvel not at this, for the hour is coming, in the which all that are in the grave shall hear his voice.
Now he said, marvel not at this, for the hour is coming. Excuse me. In which some that are in the graves, what did it say? Read that again.
Marvel not at this, for the hour is coming, in the which are all that are in the grave.
It said what? All that are in the graves. All of us, y'all, that are in the graves. Go ahead.
Shall hear his voice.
We're going to hear his voice, y'all. Irregardless of what language you spoke, be it French, Italian, Spanish, what you want to call Hebrew, okay, English, Swahili, Cantonese, yeah. Anyway, we're going to hear his voice, y'all. Because all have one breath. And there's one event until all of mankind. So we're going to hear his voice. But look at verse 29.
And shall come forth that
They.
that have done good unto the resurrection of life.
Now wait a minute. If you have done good, you have shown love and joy and peace and patience and kindness and goodness and faithfulness and goodness and self-control. Anything wrong with that, y'all? Is there anything wrong with that? So they shall come forth that have done good until the resurrection of what? Life. Go ahead.
And they that have done evil unto the resurrection of damnation.
Until the resurrection of damnation. Let's go to Acts 24 and 14. Acts 24 and verse 14. Because Paul taught this. Acts 24 and verse 14. Read.
But this I confess unto thee, that after the way which they call heresy, so worship I the God of my fathers, believing all things which are written in the law and in the prophets.
Now notice he said, but this I confess unto thee, that after the way which they call hearsay, because people think you got hearsay because you believe the prophets, Moses and the prophets, y'all. He said, believing all things which are written in the law and in the prophets. This is beyond the cross, y'all. We still have to believe, because all the stuff I was reading was before the cross. The law and the prophets, y'all. We still must believe that. And watch this. Go ahead, verse 15.
And have hope toward God.
Yes, sir.
Which they themselves also allow.
Yes, sir.
There shall be a resurrection of the dead. Both of the just and unjust.
Wait a minute. Both of the what? Just and unjust. We're going to let the book tell. Go ahead.
And herein do I exercise myself to have always a conscience void of offense toward God and toward men.
Uh-oh, look at Paul. Because he knew he was going to be waiting in the ground till the day he comes up. Therein, he said, herein do I exercise myself to have always a conscience void of offense toward who? God, and toward what? Man. That's why you want to use love and joy and peace and patience and kindness and goodness and faithfulness and gentleness and self-control. Because who you going to offend with that? Who you going to offend? You tell me. I'll sit down at that class. Okay? Anyway, let's keep going. Let's do ourselves a favor and look at these fruits a little closer. Let's go to Galatians 5 and 16. While we still have breath in our bodies, y'all. Galatians 5 and verse 16. Yeah, Galatians 5 and 16. Go ahead.
This is I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
No, he said, this I say then. Walk in the what? Spirit. And you should not fulfill the lust of the flesh. And we know what the flesh will do. Anything that whatever comes to its mind that it won't do. Okay, I'm just going to put it out there in general. Go ahead.
For the flesh lusteth against the spirit,
yes, sir.
The spirit against the flesh.
So there's a comeback zone going on, y'all. I mean, there's many times when something may have jumped off, and soon as it jumped off, your flesh said, get him. But the spirit said, oh, no, hold up, pull up. You know, so, pump the brake, bro, wait. And the moment you did that, you found that it really wasn't what your flesh thought it was going to be. You'd be like, whew, I'm glad I didn't say that to that brother, or I'm glad I didn't do that to that sister, or I'm glad I did not. Hey, you be amazed at when you just pause, just take a deep breath, 10 seconds, say, oh, calm down. Wait a minute, it just irked me to no end. Hold on, 3, 2, 1. And you'll find yourself in a different train of thought. Because that flesh want to jump off, y'all. Let's see what this flesh want to jump off with. Keep going.
And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
Uh-huh.
But if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law.
Uh-huh.
Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness,
Lasciviousness.
lasciviousness,
Yep.
idolatry, witchcraft, hatred,
Variance. That's what they call bipolarism nowadays, y'all. Go ahead. Emulation. You want to be like flesh, go ahead.
wrath,
Anger management problems, go ahead.
strife,
Yep.
strife,
Seditious.
Seditious.
That's rebellions against authority. Go ahead.
heresy,
The government, to be particular. And hearsay is always running around with, he said, brother so-and-so said. Hey, did you hear what so-and-so said? That's you running around with hearsays. Not what you read. That's why, we always say, we like to read y'all so that way we ain't getting a hearsay or hearsay. If y'all get what I mean. Hearsay. Go ahead.
envyings, murders, drunkenness,
Revelings. Those abominable parties, y'all. Go ahead.
and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God.
Uh-huh.
But the fruit of the Spirit is love.
Look what's up front, y'all. But the fruit of the what? Spirit is what? Love. Go ahead.
Joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. And they that are Christ have crucified the flesh with the affections and lust.
Uh-huh.
If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. Let us not be desirous of vain glory, provoking one another, envying one another.
So now, some of us need forgiveness for going in there, so I want to go here, y'all. Let's go to Matthew 6 chapter. Matthew 6 and 14. Because if you haven't been walking in the Spirit, and you've been walking in adultery, and strife, and envy, and all those things that are of the flesh, emulation, and you come to realize that right now. Right now, you're like, Lord, I didn't know any better. Watch this, y'all. Matthew 6 and 14. Go ahead.
For if ye forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you.
No, she said, for if you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also what? Forgive you. So while we still have breath in our bodies, we have access to this. You can execute this. If you forgive, our heavenly Father can forgive you, because watch what he says. Go ahead.
But if ye forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses.
See, while we're still in this body, while we still got breath in this body, y'all, we don't want to go out like that. Because when the Lord wake you up, that's doing evil. If you haven't forgiven your brother, then the Lord will look at your trespasses and what you think going to happen then. We read, those that have done evil shall come forth to the resurrection of what? Damnation. So let's look at the things that we can positively provoke ourselves to do, y'all. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 9 and 26. 1 Corinthians 9 and 26. Because while we yet are alive, it said a living dog is better than a what? Dead lion. So right here, 1 Corinthians 9 chapter and verse 26. I'm sorry. 25. Read.
And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things.
No, it's temperate, and that's one of the fruits. Self-control. In all things. Go ahead.
Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible.
See, we looking for an incorruptible crown. When this body that's got breath in it, the time gonna come when, guess what? This body got to get changed. But that's another lesson. I'm just taking this, I'm taking it from how we live before we drop right into that grave. I'm gonna stop right there. That's pretty much what I'm running this lesson to. Not going past well, who get in the first resurrection and who don't. Nevertheless, verse 26, read.
I therefore so run, that as uncertainly, so fight I.
So fight. What are you fighting? You fighting the things that your flesh want to do that's contrary to love and joy and peace and patience and kindness and goodness and faithfulness and gentleness and self-control. You fighting to get to do these things despite what your flesh want to do, which is adultery, arguing, contention, condemnation, all those things. That's why he said, so fight I. Go ahead.
Not as one that beateth the air, but I keep under my body, and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway.
See, because we want to endure while we still have breath in this body in the things that be of God. That gender, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. We want to gender those things. So we fight our flesh and keep our bodies under subjection, lest after when I have preached to others also, I myself should be what? A castaway. I myself should be a castaway. So now let's go to Hebrews 10th chapter, verse 24. Some of the things we want to positively provoke. Because we can provoke people to wrath, anger, everything contrary to love, everything contrary to their peace. Well, look what the book says we ought to execute, y'all. Hebrews 10 and verse 24. Go ahead.
And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works.
Look, so let us consider what? One another, not just ourselves. Because we don't live unto what? Ourselves, but we live unto who? God, because he the one that gave us the breath to do the very things we're doing now.
Amen.
So let us consider one another to provoke unto what? Love and what? To good works, y'all. To good works. Let's go to this next one. Let's go to what we need to depart from. Let's go to Psalms 34 and 14. Psalms 34 chapter, verse 14. Psalms 34 and 14. Go ahead.
Depart from evil and do good.
See, depart from what? Evil. And do good. Seek what?
Seek peace.
Yes, sir.
And pursue it.
That's what we need to chase after, y'all. We need to do good, seek peace, and what? Pursue it. That means you chase it. You endeavor in peace and to do good. Go ahead, go ahead.
The eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous.
Oh, no wonder he accepted your works now. It said the eyes of the Lord are upon the what? The righteous. Go ahead.
And his ears are open unto their cry.
Yes, sir.
The face of the Lord is against them that do evil.
Yes, sir.
To cut off the remembrance of them from the earth.
But what did it say about the righteous though?
The righteous cry.
See, the righteous cry, y'all. We cry. Because we trying to do love. We want to do joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control, y'all. The righteous cry. He said the righteous cry. Go ahead.
The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth.
And the Lord heareth, y'all. He heareth. Go ahead.
And delivereth them out of all their trouble.
Yes, sir.
The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart.
Yes, sir.
And saveth such as be of a contrite spirit.
Oh, wait a minute. He said he is nigh unto them that are of a what heart? Broken heart. Because I don't want to lose no one that I'm in contact with. I love them. I want to show them peace and patience. And it hurts to see to lose someone you love or not be in contact with them, all of that, y'all. Therefore, he said, the Lord is nigh to them that are of a broken heart, and what? Saveth. 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 My brother, my sister, you all into homosexuality or whatever, hey, he can still save you. Because a living dog is better than a dead lion. you can still be saved. Such as be of a what? Contrite spirit. Now look, let's go here in Malachi. I want to go to Malachi, the 3rd chapter. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Matthew, my bad. Back to Matthew's 5th chapter. Because Jesus says for us to do this. And I'm going to show you here why the Lord said, be you perfect. And when the Lord hit me with this, I was like, we're going to Matthew's 5th chapter and verse 43. Matthew 5 and 43. Read.
Ye have heard that it hath been said, thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thy enemy.
Now, we done all heard that, y'all. You got some people that live like that.
Yep.
Flat out. They hate whom they deem the enemy. They hate them. But watch what Jesus said. If we followers of Christ, go ahead.
For I say unto you, love your enemies.
Yes, sir.
Bless them that curse you.
Uh-huh.
Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
Now watch how the Lord actually expands the understanding of what he just said. Go ahead.
That ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven. For he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good.
No, he said, for he maketh the sun to rise on what? The evil and on the good. Remember, he coming to find them in the what? In the grave. He gonna find the good and the evil there. So we clearly have to understand he makes the sun rise on the evil and on the good. Guess what? If you demonstrate love, whether they're good or evil, you should have joy toward them, whether they're good or peaceable, as much as lies peaceably within you, or patience with the good as well as the evil, or kindness toward them that are good or evil, goodness toward them that are good or evil. The Lord deals with that. You are being godlike. He said faithfulness, gentleness, kindness, self-control. You don't have to kill the evil man now. Let the Lord deal with it. So now, keep reading.
For if ye love them which love...
Finish verse 45.
For he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and send the rain on the just and on the unjust.
Wait a minute. So if you acting like this toward the just and the unjust, you're being godlike. Because the Lord letting the rain fall on the good and the evil. He's allowing the sun to shine on the good and the evil. And you being like your Father, which is in heaven. Go ahead.
For if ye love them which love you, what reward have ye?
See, that's called reciprocation. Oh, man, because he loved me, that's why I like him. Because he in my clique, that's why I like him. That's how the publicans act. For you love them which love you, what reward have ye? You only render to those that love you? No, you're not being like our Father which is in heaven, which let the sun shine on the evil and the good, and he let the rain. I mean, you just think about it. You don't just let the rain fall on the ones like, see, here go all the good people right here, booyah. No. We see this. Nevertheless, he said, if you love them which love you, what reward have you? Go ahead.
Do not even the publicans the same.
And
if you salute your brethren only, what do ye more than others? Do not even the publicans so? So
you got people with these cliques, they actually just like the wicked.
That's right.
Just like them. But they so righteous and holy that, oh man, you know, here part. Man, look. That's why I believe in the body of Christ. The banner, irrelevant. You on book, you on book. Anyway, but watch how he goes right to the statement. Go ahead.
Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
Also, if you love the ones that's, look, if you let your goodness reign, you let your peace come forth, and your joy, and your kindness, irregardless of the guys, what we read, evil or good, you've been just like your Father which is in heaven. You are being mature, or you just covering everybody. You got some good friends, some friends that are good, and you got some friends that are bad, even though they may not be on book. They may be on what they own, But at least you showing them kindness or goodness or faithfulness. That may flip them over to come over and get into the book. All your friends ain't got to be exactly what you are, but if you showing love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control, you may just save them from being evil. But like it just said, be ye therefore perfect. Mean you ain't omit nobody, because we all got breath, one breath, y'all. While we still have breath in our bodies, we need to consider these things, y'all. We need to know these things. So let's go to our last place. I want to go here to last two verses. Last two verses. 2 Corinthians 5 and 10. Last two verses. 2 Corinthians 5 and verse 10. Read.
For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ.
Now look, how we get there? We working that out right now.
Amen.
Are you working it out with love and joy and peace and patience and kindness, gentleness, long-suffering, faithfulness? Because the ones that are doing that and come up in the first resurrection, now some may have never heard of the first resurrection, but then that takes self-control to finding out what it is. And what is that? Rather than throwing it in the garbage can. But we should all appear before the judgment seat of Christ. Go ahead.
That every one may receive the things done in his body according to that he hath done, whether it be good or bad.
Whether it be what? Good or bad. So we want to, you want to do love. You want to make sure you got joy in your body, peace, patience, kindness. Because look at this. Let's go to Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. There's a couple other little tangents, but I don't want to go there because I'm being very specific in this lesson. There's other parts of this, but that leads on to another tangent. I don't want to go there right now. But I want to keep it while you still have breath in this body, while God hasn't taken his breath back yet. This is what we got to understand. Verse 13, Ecclesiastes 12 and 13.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Yes, sir.
Fear God.
Yes, sir.
And keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man.
Wait a minute. So we have a duty while we still have breath in our body, y'all. Are we handling this duty with love and joy and peace, kindness, long-suffering, gentleness, and temperance? Let us hear the conclusion of the what? Whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments. But this is the what? Whole duty of man, y'all. Go ahead.
For God shall bring every work into judgment.
Some work.
Every work.
Look, y'all. So if you got these fruits on you, you're going to bring it into work. You're going to bring it into judgment. And he said, with what?
With every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Now look, I got to add this in there, y'all. Malachi, this is our last one. Malachi, the 3rd chapter. This is our last place. Because I did mention the first resurrection, and I didn't want nobody to think I was punning or making fun of the book. But this is a fact, what the book teach. So Malachi 3:16, read.
Then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another.
Spake often one to another. That's why we always have our phone lines open after lesson, question and answer, call in. Hey, what's up? Shalom, grace and peace. Hey, Israel, what's up? Hebrew. Hey, grace and peace, Bible Christian, how you feeling? Woo, woo, woo. Look, because we are providing an opportunity, we're providing a service for them that fear the Lord to speak one to another. Speak often one to another, every side. Okay, if that's the best you can do, praise the Lord. One to another. And who's listening, y'all? Go ahead.
And the Lord hearkened and heard it.
Yes, sir.
And a book of remembrance was written before him.
Yes, sir.
For them that feared the Lord.
Yes, sir.
And that thought upon his name.
Yes, sir.
And they shall be mine, saith the Lord of hosts, in that day when I make up my jewels.
See, there's a day coming when the Lord gonna make up his jewels. Because he said, all of us will stand before the judgment seat of Christ, but I got a lesson about how you gonna be there. You gonna be part of the court, or you gonna be the one standing there getting judged. Nevertheless, keep going.
And I will spare them, as a man spares his own son that serveth him.
See, the day coming, he gonna spare, y'all. He gonna spare the ones that's executing love and joy and peace and patience and kindness and goodness and faithfulness and gentleness and self-control. He gonna spare them, y'all, because you spread it on the good and the evil. You shared it. Hey, I got some friends that know book, and I got some friends I wish you knew book. Anyway, okay? But you showing that to all, because what's gonna happen is, when you come back, watch this, verse 18.
Then shall ye return
That's the first resurrection. Go ahead.
and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth God and him that serveth him not.
Oh, so when you come back, and that's the first resurrection, 1,000 years later, we're going to discern between what the righteous and the wicked. Oh, so you may tell me there's going to be some righteous that ain't going to make that first resurrection, y'all. They just didn't have the cut to be in God's elect. That's to come up in the first resurrection. But at Judgment Day, you're going to have some righteous people, and you're going to have some, that's why it's called Judgment Day. What are you going to be looking for? Those that have done what? Good. And those that have done what? Evil. So that's why we're going to discern between him that serveth God and him that serveth him not. So I hope you got some understanding why there is still breath in your body.